Okay, so AbiFit. So what we have here is that with life cycle costing, the whole idea is that we want to measure all the costs over the life of the product, as we earlier discussed, from start to cessation, and take that as an average, if you like, over all the units that will be produced over that time. So let's do that. So research and development we see here is 250. Put that in there. Total marketing costs, of course, are the 500,000 plus the 1 million plus the 250,000. And adding these together give you 1,750,000. All done. All your admin costs are, of course, all of these added together. So that's 900,000, and that's 1,050,000. Then you have your total variable costs. So you produced 150,000 units in that was your first year of production. So you have 150 times 55 plus 250 times 52. Yes, I mean times 52, right? Because you have 52 pounds a unit, and you have 250 units here. So let's do that very quickly. So that's 150,000 times 55, which is 8 to 8.25 million, plus 250,000 times 52, and that's 1.3 million. So the two of them together, 8.25 plus 1.3 is equal to 955, 9,550, and then you have that, right? Then you have your fixed production costs over both years, which is 9 plus 6, which is, so that's 1.5 million, 1.5 million. Then you have your variable sales and production, and that's given to us. That tells us that's £10 a unit. So 10 times that, of course, and that's 10 times 150,000, and that's 1.5. So yeah, that's 1.5 mil plus 12 times 250 plus 12 times 250,000. 12 times 250,000 is 3 million. So there you have 3 million plus 1.5 million. So you have, whoops, well, that happened there. And then you have 4.5 million. Then you have your fixed sales and distribution. So you have 200 plus 200, and so you have 400,000. And then we add everything together. Yeah. So what I'm going to go to the answers and then add and just confirm. And then, but my point here is I add all this and I divide all of this by the total number of units produced, which is 400,000. So the 250,000 plus the 150,000, which is 400,000. Get all my answers and divide by 400,000. And that is my life cycle cost per unit. So when we check the answers, we'll be able to expand on that. And that should nicely lead us into this discussion, if you like. And so what you do need to be comfortable with is, if you like, the different stages, if you like, of a product life cycle. So the introduction, if you like, or development, the introduction, the growth, the maturity, and its steady decline. And really, it's just, I'll expand on the different parts. So let's just see, first of all, so I had 250, just change my pen color, because 250, 1750, 1050, they have 21. I think it must be just a math thing, which is why I've come back to theirs. Because I had 15 times 2, same thing, 15, 150 times 55 plus 250 times 52. So obviously my math is wrong there, but it's just math. The principle is the same. I've just misadded, but you can get rid of that. Fixed production costs of 1.5 there. Then you have 4.5 million there, and then you have 400,000. So you have that, and then you have a total of 30.7 million, and divide that by the 400, and you have 76.7. So what did I say? So like I said here, with development, you could draw a curve. Well, I don't think in your exam you can. You don't have time to. You don't have actual the facilities. So in when you start a product, you have research and development, and a lot of it says you. I think I said 95%. You want to write this fact. The idea is that 90% of the costs, typically, there's an argument that 90% of the costs come into this development process. So research and development, creating and marketing, but you have this sort of introductory phase. You could almost create a fifth. I actually think it's better you go development and then introduction, right? Because this is where all the research and development is taking place, and then you need the marketing to introduce the product into the market space. And here, really, of course, with the growth, it's all about marketing, but production is where you are actually selling this thing. Um, you're hoping to sell as much as you can see here. Your production, um, you have here production of 150, you have production here of 250. So you're really throwing a lot of money into the project to try and get it recognized. And then once it does gain traction, you will see here that as soon as you get into the more you sell, you start to enjoy economies of scale. So yes, you're making more, but because you're making more, you will overall have less costs from learning effects, sort of because people know how to do things faster. So you will have a reduction in costs, and so you see the production costs fall from 55 to 52. Then after a while, other people come into the market. You can sort of highlight that you have other new entrants into the market who will eat into your market share, and your revenue starts to fall, if you like. And it's because your revenue starts to fall, because you have to drop the price to stay in the market. Your marginal cost, so to speak, the marginal benefit, so to speak, starts to fall, and it starts becoming the profitability around the product starts to be questioned, and so it really becomes a case of how do we exit the market now? Our product is run out, and people are interested in other products and things like that. So there might be, in general, decommissioning costs or cleanup costs um, involved as well. But this is the general. These are the general 5 stages. I know they put 4 here, but you can include development as well. Okay, right, great stuff.